Une gale!
Ah,
Bah,
en
fantôme
centre.
aussi.
C'est bon, il a réussi la mission.
C'est cool ça.
Par contre, est-ce qu'il va s'échapper par contre?
C'est si fort par contre.
Ah.
Bon,
Juste voir la cinématique.
voilà. C'est bon, on est prêt. On va lancer donc Chicken Police. J'aime bien les animaux anthropomorphes, tout ça quoi. Chicken Police, les gars. Ah, le son. Vous avez le son, hein. Belle partie. Donc, gris noir. Les cadavres sont plus lourds que les cœurs brisés. Oh putain, c'est pas mal.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too.
Oh là là. Chicken Police, les gars.
Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment, and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago.
J'aime bien
We
ce genre de
believe
jeu.
in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, madame.
Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it.
Oh,
She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes. older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance. Who is this dame, anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on
Réveillon
New Year's
plus.
Eve?
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
You're
Okay.
mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't
D'accord.
accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
Ouais.
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
Moi, je prends un verre, déjà.
I don't usually drink.
Well, I've got to have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
Dans le chéri, les gars.
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Ah, thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
C'est laquelle entre le poulet et le lama?
I don't even know where the key is. Whatever's inside is gonna stay there forever.
C'est douloureux.
This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life. Before Molly left me and took our daughter.
Triste.
The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes.
C'est quoi ça? C'est...
M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants.
Tranquille, hein?
The Wild Gentlemen. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little
Juste des
chick.
petits poulets
I'm
là-dedans.
starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground. That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
Andy?
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm here.
Ok, tu es là pour ça.
I don't see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink.
Donne.
Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has.
D'accord. Est-ce qu'elle a l'air lourde? D'accord. D'accord. Ok.
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I could scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
Ok, chicken, poulet.
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
La paperasse.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Then, oh. On va
Tell
lui
me,
mettre.
which part of the city do you live in? Calavera Hills? Flowerville, maybe?
Ouais.
Look, I don't want to answer that. I'm here on behalf of my employer, and not on personal business.
Fair point, Deborah. Let's try a different approach.
Ah,
Stop playing the frightened prey, Sunshine, and start singing.
c'est vrai, parler, hein.
Please, I don't like this cocky behavior. Excuse the expression.
Look, maybe it's best if we act like we never met, and you gallop out of here on your pretty long legs before I get rude.
Attention,
I
Andy.
can be rude, believe it or not.
I'm very disappointed in you, Mr. Featherland.
Happens to most people, you know.
Ah putain, en fait, non, ça...
Tell me, do you break into strangers' homes often?
Ouais.
Please, I've heard you're straightforward and...
Et
Rude?
Yes, exactly. But
And you're galloping away from the question, ma'am. No offense, of course.
well, what can I say? It's a racial trait. Everybody has to be good at something.
You're right about that.
pas plus prudent que je...
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
Ouais, ça, pourquoi?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
D'accord.
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
Je la pécho.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
D'accord, on va se concentrer sur ce que Laura cache.
What do you want from me?
Me?
Oh,
Aye,
don't
aye.
be silly, Deborah. I mean your employer. I was just talking to myself.
Well, Miss Katsenko thinks you're a great detective, and you're also reliable. That's why I came.
Or
Did she also give you the lockpick?
Please, could you let this go? I'm really embarrassed.
vous êtes rentré par effraction chez moi, madame.
Sorry, sweetheart, I'm just teasing you. As soon as I saw you, you were forgiven.
That's very nice of you.
Mignon.
It has nothing to do with being nice, Deborah, but you're welcome. Have you ever felt truly vulnerable?
Honestly, very often, Mr. Featherland.
Great, because that's exactly how I feel right now, Deborah.
I'm sorry if it's too unpleasant for you, but we had no one else to turn to.
You know, I get that a lot, and it never ends well.
Do you like happy endings?
Ouais, c'est bon.
Not in books or movies, but in real life it would be nice for a change. But this is Clawville. Not many happy endings around here.
I knew you were romantic at heart.
Ah, je suis romantique, qu'est-ce que tu crois?
If what's between me and my whiskey could be called romance, then yes, maybe.
Oh, la punchline! La punchline! Pourquoi vous aimez le smoke le whisky comme romantique, alors oui.
If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland,
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm way too old for this game.
please, just think again. For me and my mistress's sake.
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Smart answer.
Oh.
Be
Merde.
honest and tell me
Well
what
done,
you're
Nick.
so afraid of.
You know,
Yeah.
Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
Ok, le chat est en couple avec une souris.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Ouais. Un poulet rôti! Attendre moitié Natacha, l'employeuse n'est pas.
Behind that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts, and empty bottles. Legs that go on for days, deep dark eyes, silky skin and voice. You're in big trouble, pal. Legs that go...
Ah, c'est la même chose, quoi.
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints, you know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up.
Ah, quoi?
Or just try the phone. 555 111.
Please, take a...
Well, okay. Let's see.
Quoi le truc? Ah d'accord, c'est avec ça. Inventaire, c'est vrai que... Ok, quoi? Par exemple, je connais très bien mon lit, please notice.
I know Molly
d'accord.
very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman.
Pardon.
N.
J'ai un coup de pompe là. Ma fille m'a éclaté. Allez.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Forme de soie légère, elles sont.
Mr. Featherland?
Et
Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Pourquoi elle m'appelle Santino?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Ah, blackmail, ça veut dire chantage. D'accord, parce qu'il y a une taille qui s'appelle Black... oubliez ce que je viens de dire.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit? Me?
Oui, 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 chez toi, ouais.
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko, but there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Eh?
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Ah, des bras.
Legs that go on for days. Deep. My bedroom.
Ouais, on peut. Chambre, hein.
Thank you again, Mr. Sonny.
De rien.
Don't mention it, Deborah. I had no other plans for today, except drink. But tell me, do you have a light?
I'm sorry, I don't smoke.
Thought so.
C'est bien.
I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna end up dead in here whether I like it or not.
Jour, nuit, jour, nuit, jour, nuit, jour, nuit, jour, nuit. Voilà.
I promised myself I'd write a novel one day. I don't even know what these papers are.
Ah, c'est quoi encore le numéro? Marche.
Maybe I'm just old. And while I'm clucking about nothing ever changing,
Ah ouais, mais...
everything changes. You've gone out of style, old bird. Accept it and move on.
Ok, mon vieux. Ouais. Ok. Je veux connaître enfin. Wow, wow, wow. Natasha.
Just a phone call and a good friend of mine can take you home.
Thank you.
555-932, ok. Cinq. 9, 3, 2. Allez, mon pote, décroche.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
D'accord.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later. He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't
Ah, tu
difficult
m'étonnes.
getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous
Ok.
place.
Coup de lapin. Un lapin, il va pécho, hein, moi je te le dis, hein.
Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
Don't mention
Oh,
it.
ouais.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Every
whiskey
whiskey
bad gab.
has the same color nowadays, at least in this price range. She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know.
On sait jamais.
My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real, the badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine, so I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes,
Go on.
just in case. My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour.
Ouais.
I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust.
Parti.
My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk.
Ok, scène principale, scène limitée, scène... Hey, Ouais, je stream là, dites les gars.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music.
Oh.
The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart
That's
ones,
my chicken.
had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
Chapitre 1.
I knew where to find Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived the night the press called the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night.
Huh?
Phyllis and Roy's. Two hedgehogs with an arrogance typical of novice cops. They're as prickly as they
De
look.
cons et les-
Officious little shitheads, but harmless.
Well, look at that. Hey, Sonny, what you scratching out over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Ouais, alors.
Tough luck, boys. I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Po, po, po!
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bud. By the way, you're on luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it.
You looking for Marty, eh?
Ouais, Marty, il est où?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy round here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Oh.
Hey, Royce, I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
Oh.
I'd love to see that.
Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
Tiens, j'ai un coup de pompe, je dis pas quoi. Et on va quand même jouer.
Here we are again, Clawville Police Department. I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of the ages, and some drunk pigs in the basement.
Ok. Oh. Merde.
Poor old lizard. You've seen better days, haven't you?
Il a l'air sympa, lui.
Mort, you scabbiest beast. What the hell did you do?
Ouais.
Morty to you, sonny boy.
Everything's fine. There was just a bit of trouble in the bar, and someone got knocked on the head with a glass. It wasn't my fault. I'm as blind as a bat, am I right?
Did that ever bother you, Morty?
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone, eh? It's New Year's Eve, after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Where's your little lapdog to get you out of this mess? Is that little pimp of a midget still sniffing around you?
Jesse is a good boy, Sonny. And he's good to me, believe me.
Oh, God, spare me the details. When will you finally realize that little shit's been using you?
Oh, of course he's using me. What could a pretty boy like him want from this old monster, eh? Still, Sonny, I have no one else. Do you understand that? Don't.
Even you deserve better, pal. By the way, you look horrible, even for yourself. Are you feeling okay?
Well, I'm not what I used to be. But neither are you, judging from your voice. But I'm seeing a doctor, sonny boy. I really am. Are you?
Don't need to, Mort. I'm fine. Anyway, if Bubo prescribed you something, don't even think about taking it.
Ouais.
I don't talk to that insane owl.
Damn right.
Allez, on va quand même vérifier que... Ouais, le canal fonctionne, ça va.
Please, say something on my behalf, okay? I really don't have time for this detective buffalo shit.
Ouais,
hey, careful with that. Buffalo Malloy is the chief today.
Like I care.
I'll try to speak for you, but keep it down till then, okay? You don't need this shit, and I don't need it either.
Sonny boy, you've always been a good friend.
More like a clucking pigeon.
Let's go.
Detective Chow Hound Bosco. He thinks he's a real alpha, but nah, he's just a lapdog.
El toutou.
Holy wild ones, look what the cat dragged in.
Putain, c'est un griffon. C'est un chien griffon.
Hello to you too, Bosco. I see you're busy, as always.
I've been sniffing around one of the rundown joints. You know how it goes. And boom, this son of a lizard comes flying out the window. I didn't know the lizards could fly. So, Mort was being a bad boy again. Nothing unusual. And you? Still dying?
Ah, ils sont méchants avec moi, hein.
I'm still a cop for another 121 days, Bosco. It's as unpleasant to me as it is to you.
Ouais.
All right. No need to bite. Wasn't trying to mess with you. You have Moses and Plato for that. And of course, Blood Boil.
Let's hope I won't run into any of them tonight.
Looking for Marty, eh? Ever since you left, he's kind of lost. He's trying to hide it, but he's not the same
On va aller
person.
chercher Marty alors.
Well, I don't think we'll have a teary reunion, thinking about how we parted.
Let me give you some advice, Sonny. Let him rage. He'll be the same after that. Anyway, he was the one that shot you, right? You should be mad, not him.
Ah, Marty m'a tiré dessus.
It's not that simple, Bosco, but we'll see how he reacts. Thanks anyway.
Un brave gars, mec.
No worries, pal.
Oh putain. Oh, le singe là.
One of Blood Boil's favorites, mainly because he's a dog, of course.
Ah non, c'est un chien. Ah ouais, c'est un chien.
Officer Jardine. They say she's clever, smart, and dangerous. We need more of her kind in here.
Monica!
Monica Rosen. Receptionist in theory, but in reality, she's doing literally everything around here. Like the beating heart of the PD. She's too good for this place, even for this city. Hey, Monica.
Hey, Boss Bird. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be celebrating somewhere?
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me, but first I'd like to talk to Mr. Big Beak McChicken himself. Those two prickly assholes told me he's emptying the magazines in the hole.
Like always. And if he carries on like that, he's gonna use up all our ammo. So it would be nice if you drag him out of there. You know how this day is for him.
Oh.
For him?
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so just sign here and you're good to go.
Thank you, darling.
Don't mention it, Boss Bird.
Pas d'autre ici.
Marty drinks this shit. I've never tried it, but I'm pretty sure it's gross.
Ouais, bah.
Probably
Du
toxic.
monster en fait.
This is gonna be a hard ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his hand, and I was bleeding. I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth a try.
Oh, on va y aller, je vais pas y avoir, c'est bon, hein. Parti?
Marty looks good. Big and loud and angry as always. Hey, Marty.
Oh putain. Oh putain. Oh, le regard veut me botter le cul, hein. Ça va passer, hein. Toi, t'es là, c'est des combats de coq, moi je vous le dis, hein. C'est mon gars, coq de bataille, je sais plus comment ça s'appelle.
Oh, well, look who's here. Hello, Boss Bird. Were you lost? This is the PD building, you know.
Cut the shit, Marty. We're better than this.
Ouais,
At
Marty.
least you are. Better than anyone, huh?
Marty, come on, let's forget that. What's past is past.
Ouais, tu m'as tiré dessus, c'est...
Easy for you to say, Sonny.
Damn it, Marty, you shot me, remember? I almost bled to death.
Hell yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, my aim wasn't good enough.
I need your help, okay? That's what you want to hear.
Well, it's a start.
Okay, I've said it. I won't do it again.
Yeah, right.
So, are you in? Just for tonight. Small case. We'll wrap it up in no time.
What kind of case?
A personal one.
How personal?
Very. The kind of case where if you come with me right now, you're not on duty anymore.
Ooh, damn, Sonny, stop it right there. I'm in.
Ouais, tu m'as tiré dessus, mais y a pas de problème. T'es bon, c'est bon, on y va ensemble.
That's it?
Do you know how boring life is here without your stupid, reckless shit? Soon enough, I'll shoot all the ammo in here out of boredom. Right.
I'll tell you in the car.
Ooh, can I bring Bertha?
Ah, for the love of... Marty, this is a routine case. You can't bring your shotgun, okay? Bertha stays.
Okay. But at least Susie can come, right?
All right, Susie can come.
That's what I want to hear. I was just about to go when you came in, so if you want...
You're right. I'm gonna do that.
Tirez! Merde. J'ai essayé. Putain, je suis une merde. Oh merde, tu es une femme. Voilà. Ah mais Marty, c'est une bête, hein. Allez, on réessaye. Oh, je suis une merde. Madame. Une merde. Ouais, mec. Attends, monte la... Wow.
Bye, Mandy. See you soon.
You've named the poster girl. You a bit lonely these days?
Regarde le boule qu'elle a.
You're one to talk. I've heard you muttering to her.
What, me? To a poster? Don't be silly.
Ah, tu vois ça, quoi, regarde.
Still drink coffee?
Yeah, my only poison. Except for guns, of course. And women.
We could visit our old haunt. What do you think?
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee and the hop dog. I'm in. Oh, and maybe we'll get into a little fight too, huh?
Les femmes là-bas.
If it comes to that, I'm leaving you without a blink.
Oh yeah, like last time?
Those were different times, Marty, with a different Sonny.
Well, all right. To the city then.
You don't have to come with me, you know.
Okay, I know. Let's go.
On y va.
Sonny, there's a little problem.
C'est quoi le problème?
Not so little, and it smells too. What the furry hell is Blood Boil doing here?
Well, it seems we can't avoid speaking to him.
T'es où?
Oh, yes, we can. You have your rifle with you, right?
What?
Just kidding. Sort of.
Deux.
What a surprise. The two pigeons back together. And without my permission, of course.
T'en fous, monsieur.
Chief Bloodboil.
Damn.
What was that, Santino?
Nothing, sir. What a lovely evening. Am I right?
I don't want to hear your crowing, Santino. What the hell are you doing here?
Tu flic, mec.
Hey, 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 careful with the racist barking, old hound.
Putain, la phrase.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Can we just skip this part? It's New Year's after all.
And you're on duty, if I'm not mistaken, Martin. Where do you think you're going?
That's it, boss. To serve and protect. Sonny was in the neighborhood and stopped by to say hi. He's a cop too, right?
Only on paper, and you know that very well, Detective.
I don't want any trouble, boss. I just wanted to say hi to Monica, and then this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick coffee. You can allow him that much, can't you?
Your coffee breaks usually end up in shooting or brawling, chickens.
Oh.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart. It's New Year's Eve, and I haven't seen my old partner for so long.
Qui m'a tiré dessus.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
Oh, c'est vrai.
Family quarrel.
For all the marrow bones of the world, get the hell out of my sight.
Have a lovely evening, boss.
You especially. Fuck off right now, Santino.
Hey, Moscow.
I see you're swamped, buddy.
I've sent the old lizard away. I don't need him to foul the air anymore.
Well, because he's a reptile.
No, because he's a good-for-nothing piece of shit.
Ah bah ça, on a beaucoup, hein.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And you letting off some steam?
Something like that. We'll go and check out some seedy joint. We're cops, after all, ain't we? And this is still Clawville.
That's true, pal. Protect and serve.
Yeesh, get a room, you two.
Ah, shut up, Marty.
Parti, sérieux. Plus rien d'autre, hein.
We can't avoid speaking with the chief first. And it would be nice to say goodbye to Monica, too.
Monica.
We're leaving, sweetheart.
Stay safe, boys. I'm glad to see you two together again.
I'm afraid you're alone with that.
Hey, don't make me change my mind.
You won't, Marty. I bet you can't wait to get mixed up in some serious trouble again.
Yep, that's true.
I'm serious, boys. Be careful out there.
We're big birds, Monica. We can take care of ourselves. Mostly.
Okay, but take care of each other, too.
D'accord, Monica.
Will do, Monica.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe next time. I'm not in the mood to meet any of my ex-colleagues right now.
Alors, où est-ce qu'on peut aller? Tard, côté à la classe, le hot dog. On va aller le hot dog, hein.
The hop dog was like the last warning. You can still turn back. My eyes lingered on the sign. An enormous dog. Like a neon god with limitless power over cheap hot dogs, plastic hamburgers, and watered-down coffee. The cold light called me. But I didn't want to get out of the car. If we...
Eh bah... De toute façon... Attends, il marque quoi?
Of all that's furry.
Is this still a thing?
Bugs?
The situation's getting even worse, Marty. Have you heard how the young mothers of the Cobbler District are forced to make a living?
I have no idea what goes on in the hive, Sonny. I don't think I want to know. But you're still gonna tell me, right?
Prostitution is the lesser evil. What's worse is that some folks have to sell their kids when they're still
Oh, c'est glauque.
Wait, what?
They pay a hefty sum for each of them downtown. They sell them as gourmet food in the most expensive restaurants.
Ah, elle est choquée.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
We made this city, Marty. Clawville didn't do this to itself. Don't ever forget that.
Ugh, the place is deserted. Poor Zip.
You're right.
Yeah, the
On peut
guy's
faire de
middle
baston.
name is bad luck.
That's for sure.
Oh, Zip. Oh, succès.
He sure didn't get any younger.
Or prettier.
You think he's still mad at us?
Frankly, Marty, I don't give a damn.
Zip.
Hello, boys. Now, get the hell out of here while I'm asking nicely.
Il nous en veut.
Hey, is that how you greet two old friends?
Hey, I'm not joking, Sonny. I got a shotgun under the bar.
T'as maté ce tatouage de cou...
No, you don't, because if you had, we'd arrest you here and now.
If there's still life in you when you're full of buckshot.
Ah, it's going well so far.
We're just here for a coffee, Zip, okay? Like old times.
Nothing's like old times. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
as a matter of fact, it's quite noticeable.
Shit. All right. And where'd you blow in from?
We haven't been anywhere yet, but we're going somewhere.
Everybody's going somewhere, right?
Tell me, how much do you know, Zip?
That depends. How deep is it?
Bottom of the well kind. Goes down around Ibn Wessler.
Holy hell!
Toussaint de Merle.
You've dipped your wings in deep shit, boys.
If you've got anything on him, don't keep it to yourself. We'd be grateful.
Grateful. Maybe you're not gonna trash my joint this time, eh? You know, Ibn's acting strange nowadays. He always believed that if you want something done, you do it yourself. That's how it was for years anyway.
Oh.
And?
But now, he left his real estate, the fish racing clubs, the casinos, and the bars to his right-hand man, Mongrel Mick. And ever since, he's been kinda weird. Bottomed out. Brooding in the seediest joints of the city. Nobody ever knew him to be like this.
Oh.
Weird, huh?
Yeah, weird. Do you think it's about a lady?
It's always about a lady.
C'est à cause des femmes, les gars.
Well, there is a woman,
I knew it.
but not like you think.
Is this gonna cost much?
Only a favor, like the good old days.
Ah, je vais me tirer dessus juste avant, je veux une faveur. T'es pas bien, toi?
Okay, I'm in. Have you ever been to that place?
Of course, 100 times. Everyone who matters in this city's been there. Sorry, guys. But then, it had a different name and a different owner.
Okay.
Business affairs, right?
Yeah, that was the dark era, Sonny. I don't want to talk about it.
Roger that. You didn't get any younger, pal.
You're telling me? You look like you haven't had a good night's sleep since forever.
To be honest, I've never had a good night's sleep in my life.
You will when the big sleep comes.
And what are your plans? Dying behind the bar?
Of course. You got a better idea?
Prends le comptoir.
A couple, yeah. But somehow this suits you.
You know what? Your mother's a goat.
Oh, ta mère est une chèvre. Po, po, po. Bah non, en fait.
I've gotta say, you've revamped the joint pretty well.
Yeah, after you trashed it, I had to.
Look, I'm sorry, Zip. That ocelot and his gorilla.
Baboon, not gorilla.
Whatever.
Au moins, un gorille, c'est pareil.
Sonny, watch your beak.
So you owe me one until about the end of time. But I'd settle for you washing up here for a few years after retirement, Sonny.
Mind your tongue, furball.
Oh. Allez. Attache.
So, about that woman. Is she really that dangerous?
What woman isn't, huh?
Les femmes pas dangereuses? Aucune, elles sont toutes dangereuses.
No, Zip. I mean really dangerous.
She's got the most influential gangster of the city wrapped around her finger. She calls him her little furball. How dangerous do you think she is?
Ok.
So, Ibn's gone insane.
Love will kill you in the end, they say.
Seems like everyone's in a poetic mood today.
You're one to talk, by the way.
Allez, 2 secondes. Un petit message à mon petit crush. Voilà, continuons les gars, continuons.
Huh? Why?
That Natasha's a mysterious woman, a real cursed jewel if you ask me. She came out of nowhere 2 or 3 years ago and landed on the stage of the Millions almost immediately.
Is that so? Interesting.
Yeah, she's got a fantastic voice, makes men go crazy. But we all know that's not what's important. Then suddenly, bam! She got the whole club, just like that. But we know exactly how it was.
I can imagine, yeah. Since then, it operates under the name
The old click is still clicking, right? Yeah, the club was renamed and remodeled. Everyone knows she was Ibn's lover, but she's not your usual canary. She didn't get involved in Ibn's dirty dealings.
Then how exactly does she fit into the picture?
Check this. A few months ago, the old rat pulled out of his own businesses and gave control to Mongrel Mick and his mob.
Mongrel Mick? Doesn't sound familiar.
Non plus.
Mick the Marauder, ring a bell?
Damn, that little monkey came this far?
I think that little shit took advantage of Ibn not being himself.
Which has something to do with this Natasha.
That's my guess.
Thanks for this straight dope.
Merci, merci,
We
mon
owe
gars.
you one.
One? You owe me the price of a new coffee shop, remember?
Okay, okay. Whatever you need. Just call us.
I cluck and will.
Thanks, pal.
Hey, I'm not your pal, Marty.
Ouais, mais l'autre qui m'a tiré dessus, c'est quand même pote, hein, dit. Hein.
And voila, the master himself.
What a finch.
Sonny, he's a pigeon, not a finch.
Ah!
Don't make me angry, Marty.
Okay, I was only joking.
C'est la chanson? Les mouches mortes ne parlent pas. Pas vu ton feu. Ah! C'est la classe là où je suis. Ah.
Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in.
Ouais,
We
c'est
could
nouvel an.
only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently. Ancient buildings were defaced by neon signs and billboards. Like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
Oh, de lapin!
Ah, so this is the famous Tsar Club.
Ouais.
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community of Clawville?
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
As you say, Boss Bird.
Pardon. Seconde. Voilà, c'est juste pour envoyer flush la photo du jeu. Lewis?
Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name? Lawrence? Lamar? No, Liam.
Yam.
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all there in the head.
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today. I'll never forget that.
Should I thank him for that?
Or kill him for it.
You're reading my mind, boss.
Oh, ne tue pas Lewis, hein?
Honestly, I think these types of women only see faceless tuxedos, cufflinks, and wallets. And in the mirror, they're just brooches, necklaces, and earrings.
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're women. They live by different rules.
Ouais.
That was kind of deep.
It's not. Just bullshit. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, teach me, Master.
When you're old and wise like me, you'll realize none of it is worth a damn thing.
Wait, that was deep again, right?
Maybe it was, Marty. Maybe it was.
Maybe, Marty.
Amazing.
On va voir le videur, hein.
Jeez, look at that guy.
That's not a guy. That's a demon. Straight from the dog-eared pages of a cheap detective novel.
Yeah, I bet his name's Bill.
Nah, he's definitely a Bob.
$5 for Bill?
Okay, I'm in.
Alors c'est Bill ou Bob?
Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful, chilly night?
Ooh.
We're expected in the VIP lounge.
Ouais.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Nothing's easier, 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 easier,
Oh!
List. Yeah, I've
Vous avez planté les gars. Ouais, il est choqué comme moi. Ouais. Il paie ce truc, hein.
Ah, don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
Alors c'est Bill ou Bob au juste?
My pleasure, gentlemen.
Molly, my ex-wife. Ironic, but ever since I've been on furlough...
C'est où le gars là, le videur là?
Whoa, look at that. Isn't that the new...
It is, Marty. A brand new 942 Silver Hawk. Haven't seen such beauty since I left Iveria.
Of all that's furry, whose is it?
Ouais, ça appartient à qui?
Maybe it's Ibn Wessler's. I guess he's no paper tiger.
Yeah, he sounds like a fellow who drives around in one of these. Lucky bastard. One day, neon signs will cover the whole world, I'm telling you.
You read that in some kind of science.
No, it's just what I think.
Oh, so you have your own thoughts now. The world's really moving forward.
Comment ça se taunt?
Pluck off, Sonny.
What can you tell me about the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
Ouais.
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already, sir.
Just try me.
Well, she owns the place.
And, that's it? Well, that's, unbelievable.
Pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to say anything more.
Pardon, monsieur. Pardon, monsieur, qu'il a dit.
Say, big guy, you know Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a frequent visitor of the club.
Attends. Voilà.
Is that so? Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
Eh ben, on va le voir, hein. Lewis.
Sonny, my dear friend.
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner. But I'm sure you already know.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Pleasure's all mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence? Anyways, so the legendary chicken police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
Merci Dargas pour le raid. Merci beaucoup. Bizarre, j'ai pas entendu l'alerte raid. C'est bizarre. Je viens de jeter quoi? Je viens de voir que je m'arrête raid. Comment se passe Smite?
And his name is
Pas longtemps.
That's a shame.
See you inside?
Ah, c'est cool ça. Ouais, spécial le jeu, hein.
Something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then. Catch you later, pal.
C'est bon, mec, je peux rentrer maintenant.
Just one more thing. This list of yours.
Ah, je sais pas, je
where should
découvre
we
le jeu.
sign up again?
I'm afraid if you don't know, it's not my place to tell you, sir. Excusez-moi, the regulations, you know.
Ah, excusez-moi. Oh, j'adore comment on dit. Ouais, c'est What the fuck, c'est un jeu série noire, ou ça, policier, série noire. Avec des, avec des gens en tête d'animaux, quoi. Oh, mais j'aime trop le. Ah, excusez-moi. Ah, putain, j'adore le videur. Ah, best personnage pour l'instant, le videur. Ah, excusez-moi, comment on l'a fait.
You hear that, Sonny?
I do, Marty. I do.
I'm gonna lose my crest from this guy. Just wait.
Laisse le gars tranquille, c'est parti.
Just don't get too excited, Marty. Not tonight. Anyway, thanks, pal.
Ah, Lewis. Tous les personnages que j'ai rencontrés.
Yes, gentlemen.
Hey, big guy.
My name is Archibald, sir.
Archibald, on l'a perdu.
Archibald Conway.
Archibald.
Well, that's not a Bob.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Excusez-moi, oh putain, j'adore! J'adore le ça en français. Excusez-moi, monsieur. J'adore, les gars, j'adore.
Archie, what? No way, that's not even a real name.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, sir, but my name is Archibald Conway, without any doubt. Blackjack Conway to my friends.
Well, thanks, Blackjack. It was a pleasure. We'll be on our way now. Look, Lewis, that bouncer over there.
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his manners are impeccable. Am I right?
Yes, indeed, but it seems tonight we're not on his list.
Bon, je vois un petit message.
Oh, I see.
Pas encore rencontré de chat par contre, hein.
Oh, I get it. I get it. You'd like to go in, but he won't let you.
Ouais.
Yeah, something like that.
No, no problem at all. Come with me. I'll talk to him.
Much obliged, pal.
Je sais pas. Bah, d'office, il y aura peut-être des chats dedans, hein. Et j'adore les jeux un peu what the fuck comme ça.
Yeah, thanks, Bunny.
Excuse me.
Ah, jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
What? Did I say something wrong?
Bald?
Say, big guy, you know Mr.
But of course,
Is that...
I'm afraid that is all.
Ah non, j'ai fait ça.
Say, big guy, is this your job? To stand in front of the club and keep out decent fellows like us all night?
Not entirely, monsieur. My
Monsieur.
employer has many other kinds of jobs for me. He is quite creative in his field, I must say.
C'est une chèvre, le gars. J'adore. Dans le design, la chèvre.
Like?
Like what?
Exactly.
Sorry, monsieur. I'm not,
Vrai monsieur.
Permitted to say anything more about the matter. Regulations, yeah, I know.
So sorry to hear that, sir.
Sir.
Everything's fine, Mr. Aworth.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends.
Des pigeons.
They're on the list, okay?
L'arche-la-montre, sir.
Des pigeons.
And as for you, you owe me one, gentlemen.
Thanks, old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you, as always.
C'est bon, on peut rentrer? Merci. On va voir Natacha maintenant. Dans sur scène.
The jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilled whiskey. Behind the bar,
Ouais,
rows of fancy bottles.
j'aime bien aussi un jeu un peu barré comme ça, j'aime bien aussi.
And the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Tsar. Well, here we are.
Here we are.
Mother of...
C'est la première fois que tu viens, mec? Moi aussi.
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Oh, j'adore.
Don't even think about it.
Oh, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
Ouais, elle est où Natacha?
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid suspicion.
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for real.
Deux secondes. Oh, à qui on parle? Bon, chevreuil.
Where the hell is Natasha?
Let's ask that stud over there with those nice gals.
That guy looks way too horny for my taste.
J'adore. J'adore les répliques de ce jeu.
Oh man, your sense of
Je suis
humor is
fatigué
bad
parce
as
que
ever.
ma fille m'a épuisé, mais il faut quand même que je joue un peu.
You just need to get used to it again.
What this is the...
He looks like a coat hanger to me.
Je vais trop vite, désolé.
That was actually worse than the previous joke.
I try.
Alors,
This is the life, huh? What's this guy do? Real estate? mob accountant? Or is he a movie star?
He looks like a I trust.
Okay.
A fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Ha ha ha. Very funny.
Vas-y, Sony, hein.
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
So says the little butt jam.
Oh là là. Dis-le que tu compotes.
But what? That's not even a word.
Pas d'insulte sur
It
elle.
is now, all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
Ah, Sony. Oh putain, un mec m'a fait peur. Je vais pas regarder. Ah, Dargas! Y'a un chat!
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
Hey, Monty, I bet you wouldn't dare to go up to him and ask if he hasn't seen your fur coat.
What? Why? I'm mad, yeah, but not suicidal.
Ah, are you chicken or what?
Piss off, old bird.
Nah, chicken shit.
Oh putain. Y'a un chat. Ah, la serveuse.
She has pretty long legs. I mean, pretty and long legs for a squirrel, but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate, remember?
Ouais. Bon, elle est mignonne, hein?
That girl is looking at me.
She's just looking at anyone whose glass is empty, Marty. That's all.
No, Sonny. She was staring at me like hard. Now, I saw it.
Je pécho l'écureuil, moi je vous le dis.
Marty, you're imagining things. Oh, wait a second.
You see that, right? She's looking right at us with those big, black, weird squirrel eyes.
Okay, Marty, don't panic. Just look elsewhere and walk away slowly.
Quoi?
Creepy little squirrel girl.
Pourquoi?
Creepy little squirrel girl. Creepy little...
A man's best friend.
That's not a dog, Sonny. That's a horse. He just has a very weird mane.
I didn't mean him, Marty. I meant the bar.
Oh, t'as bien raison.
Oh, I see, right. Yeah, because that totally makes sense.
Two whiskeys, kid, and no horsing around.
Au galop, putain, mais les gars, sérieux.
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you gotta drive, you know?
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap water too, okay?
Yes, sir. Coming right up. That wasn't exactly what I meant.
As I recall, you're always bragging about hiding your shotgun in your coat so well, no one can see it.
Sure. Maybe I have it with me now.
What? Well, do you see that bottle, Marty? That's a 28-year-old Golden
Sondage.
Eagle whiskey.
Of all the furry gods, you're right.
And they've just left it on the bar. Someone ordered it, got so drunk he forgot all about it. So...
Faut qu'on parle plus qu'à bouteille de whisky, mec.
So we're confiscating it as evidence.
Yeah, well, more like stealing it. But if it's easier for you...
Ah, you're twisted, pal. But to be honest, I've no objections.
Comment dire?
Hey, there's Fillmar.
Who? Oh, yes, Fillmar. Because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia, way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap pulp fiction book.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to.
Ouais, c'est un brave gars. Hein, mec?
Well, well, if it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Fillmar Lowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a Feather Pillow Mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Dirk Kamen?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
Oh là là.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick
On fait
out
tâche, on est mieux fringués que toi,
for a
mec.
good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out? Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh, boy.
Ah, c'est l'écureuil, sur l'écureuil. On va faire c'est l'écureuil.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Elle ressemble à quoi, Natacha?
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Fillmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Ok, mec.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
Bon. Les personnes qui sont venues. Wow. C'est beau. Bon. Le bon vieux filmard, c'est quelque chose sans tâche qui pourrait être. Ok. Ah donc, oh. Celle-là est venue me parler. Elle ferait rien de spécial. Et elle, c'est quoi?
Isn't that?
Ah, c'est lui.
Yes, it is. The great Ibn Wessler, in the flesh. So much for our incognito.
think he noticed us?
Oh, le
Only if
puissant.
he's not entirely blind.
Great.
Bien sûr qu'il nous a vus. On va lui parler, hein.
Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Marty, tu connais Olivia?
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The Rooster Copper's in person.
Ouais, mais ça... Attendez. Je fais une petite photo pour un ami, pour dire que je joue What the fuck.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course. Chicken Police. Your partner is,
Marty McChicken. Sir, I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Oh yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Ils sont mignons, les petits rats, hein?
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Natasha! Quand j'entends Natasha, je pense au film GoldenEye, moi.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood red paint. The usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh yeah, indeed. It's a nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter. But to be honest, I understand.
J'irai les rats qu'on a au
I would
magasin.
have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so...
Hamtaro!
If you would excuse us.
Il y a Hamtaro dans le jeu, c'est un hamster, il va voir, hein. Hamtaro?
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough.
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm at your service.
Ok.
Look,
Sasha.
detective, if you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr. Wessler. Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already...
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more...
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now...
Belle
here
histoire.
I am.
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Olivia. On mène l'enquête, c'est tout.
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Wessler's a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be... How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
Il est trop mimi avec ses yeux.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Why didn't you just call the police?
Ouais.
Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that? A few messages aren't enough for a case. You should know
Marque un
that.
point, hein.
Harassment makes for a case. So do threats.
Who were you trying to convince, Sonny? Huh? They would have laughed in my face. Anyway, you know, the police station. Once I set foot in there, I'm not coming out again.
Your lawyers are too good for that, Ibn.
Yeah, I guess you're right, chicken.
Oh putain.
Why would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend?
I don't know, maybe because she's my girlfriend?
You think that's enough?
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Oh, are you finally getting to a point? Or do you really want to dig around in my private life? Because, people who do that end up...
Very much so, Mr. Wessler. Wessler is tougher than I thought. And he's secretive. It's time to gently beat around the bush.
Oh. Et son âme est fièrement mystérieux sous poulet.
Don't you find these messages dangerous?
That specific word is, it's insulting and obscene, and unfortunately, everyone could see it on the street.
I know.
Well, yeah, it's unpleasant but no threat in itself. I put it down to some jealous showgirl or a deluded fan. Nothing more.
Ouais.
Jealousy can be dangerous.
Yeah, most crazies are harmless.
Ouais, mais
You
bon.
know that firsthand?
Anything else?
Business going well, Mr. Wessler?
Ouais, hein.
Eh, depends on which one.
Real estate, catering, charity, protection, extortion, bribing cops, contraband, the usual.
Oh putain.
Funny guy.
How are the casinos?
Fine, thank you. Eh, gambling has always been a good business. Luck is expensive around here.
Damn, if only I knew that. I heard gambling was illegal.
And I've heard you're not on the force at the moment.
Ah, tu marques un
Then
point.
it seems we have a fair fight.
On uneven ground, Mr. Featherland. I'm not sure I'd stand on it for long if I...
That was candid.
Yeah, I try to be clear.
Is everything all right between you and Natasha?
Yeah, you don't beat around the bush, do you? Understandable, I guess. Naturally, our relationship is stable and perfect.
I rarely hear such poetry, but I understand exactly what you mean, Mr. Wessler.
So, you have your answer.
No
Ouais.
recent friction?
Ah, les frictions? Non?
Wouldn't you like to know?
It would make my job easier.
Yeah, it would only lead you astray. So be glad that I tell you no. No friction.
Ibn is
D'accord.
quick-tempered, and I can use that to my advantage. I've confounded and softened him with my previous questions. Now it's time to be specific and ruthless.
D'accord.
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Ah, comment on se rencontrait?
Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
Ah non?
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and muse. So, how was it?
Ouais, c'était comment?
When was it exactly?
You don't remember? That's strange.
Ah, yeah. The Millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer.
Oh.
Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me.
Tranquille, quoi.
Day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Huh?
Well, that is romantic.
Yeah, there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
Do you live in the same house as Natasha?
Ouais.
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Gold Town. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend.
D'accord.
Roughly.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
Is she completely alone when she's there at the weekend?
Ouais.
As I've told you, Natasha's a free woman, huh? She's an adult. She doesn't need an escort. Or
Are you afraid for her? Well, you know, a big star like her
Ça quoi?
alone in that house.
I never said a black car doesn't drive by 2 or 3 times a day, but it's just caution. Huh. I'm not a monster after all, am I?
T'es un brave gars.
I suppose not.
Oh, t'es un brave gars, mec.
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Parce que je me dis comme si t'avais un vrai acteur qui a pris la pause, tout ça, quoi, pour discuter.
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. Yeah, right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
Allez, je viens. Focus. Ouais, flic correct. Je suis un flic correct, les gars, moi. Je suis un flic correct, je suis un gars honnête, quoi. Dernière pensée, ça, c'est un vrai équipier. C'est pas pareil qu'au bon vivant. T'es dans le coin.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Oh, il est pas en toi.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
Tac. Ah si, on a dit. Oh, un chat. Regarde, c'est pour toi.
Sonny. Sonny.
We're still lying in my bed, and it's dead.
Belle chanson, dommage qu'elle était coupée en plein milieu.
That was, unique.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Par contre, pas plus vos messages. Est-ce que ça a planté le truc ou pas? Allez vérifier. Oh, il y a toujours. Oh, c'est bon.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
Toi d'Argas, ça, c'est pour toi.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
You were amazing, dear, as always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
Cocktail?
But of course.
Ibn will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
Dargas, ouais, il y a un chat. T'as entendu chanter le chat au moins? T'as entendu chanter le chat? Je vais clipper exprès pour toi, pour le chant du chat.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Le coq va pécho un chat.
Hey. I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Donc je dois clipper aux alentours de 1h50.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
Oh.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin.
Quoi ça? Whoa!
Gee, that is a unique picture, and kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it.
Quoi d'autre? Natasha!
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
Ouais.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
Ouais, tu m'étonnes.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Ils vont ken ou quoi?
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
Oh, you do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
Alors, si ça ken, j'étais pas du tout au courant que ça va finir comme ça, hein, les gars. Ah, ça.
Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger.
Oh. Elle est confiante.
That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
Sûr d'elle, je suis prudent.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
La cochonne.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
All right. How old were you?
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
Well, you tell me.
Yeah.
Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
Oh?
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Oh.
Ah, I see.
Oh. Pourquoi Déborah?
Why Deborah? She's a nice girl, but why didn't you come to me?
Didn't you ask her the same thing already?
I did, but I like to hear it from all sides.
Well, since this whole thing started, I admit I'm not too keen on leaving my home. When I do, it's only with an escort.
Ibn Wessler has nothing to do with this?
Ibn has everything to do with me. Almost everything. But I didn't want to upset him with this. He thinks
terrible.
I'm overreacting.
Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know. What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
Exactly. Ah, on dirait un truc là, les... Putain, tu sais à quoi me fait penser? Les trucs là, les pancartes, la fausse propagande là, et ça là. Là you need you là, comme ça là. Avec, je sais plus, le vieux président là.
So,
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
Donc le Sam, c'est ça.
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
Ok.
Could the threats have anything to do with the
Dur à faire un choix,
dangerous
donc.
relationship between you?
You mean I'm a cat and he's a rat?
Ouais.
Every interracial relationship has risk, but yes, this one's more conspicuous than most.
Clawville's a very open and free city, but I guess you see more radical transgressions than I do.
One of the most common causes in homicidal and predatory cases, ma'am. So, yes.
Well, I don't know about that. Nobody ever questioned our relationship openly. We are what we are. And you know, if you're interested in my personal feelings, danger fills our relationship with a flavor no other can replace.
D'accord.
It must be one interesting relationship, that's for sure. I'm not sure I can feel the same, but I can certainly understand it.
Maybe one day you'll experience it, Sonny. Have you ever been with a predator before?
Well...
Ouais. J'aimerais bien quelque chose, mais...
Well...
That's unsteady ground, Natasha. Let's turn the questioning around, if you don't mind.
As you wish, Sonny.
Bien.
How many fools like me have you used up, Natasha?
In all my life? Well...
La liste est longue, hein.
I just forget it. I don't want to know. Curiosity killed the cat.
I'm just joking. You're not a fool, Sonny. I know that was supposed to be a kind of insult, but it usually rolls right off me. I can't take cock-a-doodling, so you can put aside the strutting stuff while you're talking to me.
Fair point. Broadcast received, ma'am.
What?
Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here.
D'accord.
Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Ah, c'est possible, hein?
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
Ça va pas Ken finalement. Pas de Ken interespèce, les gars.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Luck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing.
Il n'y aura pas de sexe interespèce, je suis désolé.
What exactly do you want from me?
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them, whoever they are, and...
Whatever it takes?
Not exactly, but something like that.
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified, Natasha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon as you can. Money's not an issue.
Pas une question d'argent, hein. Un poulet rôti. Un poulet rôti.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Natasha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
D'accord.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Oh, les petites musiques de jazz là dans le fond, les gars. Le petit frisson.
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets.
Pour l'instant, vous êtes habillé.
I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night?
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank
you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Well?
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
Il est complètement biais, lui.
You thought Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
Elle est curée, là.
Creepy little squirrel girl.
Eh, plus que toi.
Oh, it's you. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal life, but...
Ouais.
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler? And how close am I to him?
You don't beat around the bush, ma'am.
Well, actually, I remember.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around the bush. And no, I'm not sleeping with Mr. Wessler.
Well, thanks for the quick and straight answer.
Anything else?
On va lui parler, hein.
Excuse me, pal. My
Un
name
autre chat.
is Santino Featherland.
Gabriel, what do you want? Chickens.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Wessler went?
Do you take me for a fool? Get out of here while I'm in a good mood, birds.
Autre chat.
Okay. Thanks, big boy.
Ouais, je pense qu'on va s'arrêter là, les gars. Le jeu est sympa, mine de rien, le jeu est sympa. Le jeu est sympa. Oh. Vers qui on va vous raid? Vers qui on va vous raid? Qui est encore occupé à jouer à... Qui j'ai plus raid depuis un petit moment. Ah bah dans le même style de What the fuck, j'ai la crie. Parce que j'aime bien la crie, c'est une personne sympa. On va raid chez la crie, les gars. Allez, c'est une bonne soirée. Demain, je sais pas à quoi je vais jouer demain. Tellement de jeux. Peut-être commencer un Nuzlocke Challenge, je sais pas. Peut-être continuer The Witcher 3. Peut-être continuer Alice Net Return. Il y a tellement de possibilités. En tout cas, moi, je vous laisse. Bonne soirée tout le monde. Salut, salut.